Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She said, Billy, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Hi, welcome back to another One Chart lesson. Today, another Bill Withers song, Grandma's Hands. It's a really simple, brilliant song. We can play it very easy style finger picking. So it's going to be a fast and easy 5-minute or less lesson today. And I'm going to include at the end of it just a couple of extra little things you can take it to the next level. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, I'll show you a couple of things that'll kind of provide you with a bit more of a challenge and sound a little bit more interesting as we go further into this song. But for now, let's take it from the top. 3 chords, E minor, A7, B7. But with those A7 and B7 chords, we're actually going to do these a little bit up the neck. Don't be scared, they're not bar chords, they're just simple 3-note chords, which are really easy to get your fingers around and they sound great. So let's go. First of all, the riff that you heard at the start, we're going to pick 3 notes here for the E minor chord as well. With your strumming hand, your thumb takes the E string, first finger takes the D string, and your second finger takes the G string. So we're picking those 3 strings like that together. Now, if you put an E minor chord down, we're not even using the A string, so you can get away with just using 1 finger for this E minor chord on the 2nd fret of the D string, and you play that. That frees up another one of your stronger fingers to put this note on the G string. So we start with the open G string, do 2 half beats on all of the strings, put the note on the G string and lift it off again. On the 4th one, you let that chord ring out for the rest of the bar. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All of those 3-note chords at the same time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine. On tambourine, we move up to the B7. Now the B7 is you go up to your 7th fret on the E string. That note is a B, if you don't know it. And if you don't know those notes up and down your E and A strings, memorize them because it's very easy to do and it will be really helpful. And I'll put a link below to a lesson that will help you with that. The B chord, first finger on the 7th fret E string, 2nd finger on the D string 7th fret, and then your 3rd finger can go on the G string 8th fret. And again, you pick those same 3 strings. But this time we're going thumb fingers. The thumb takes a half note beat, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Your A7 is exactly the same. Just slide 2 frets down. Okay, so played the tambourine so well. Just that 1 bar on the B7. Go back to your E minor riff. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. Here comes the change. B7. She said, Billy, don't you run so fast. So this time you do 2 beats on the B7, move down to 2 beats on the A7. So half a bar on the B7, half a bar on the A7. Billy, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. And back to the E minor. That's the entire format of the entire song. So what we're doing is we're moving through that section a total of 3 times. The first 2 times, when you do those B7 to A7 bars, you do 2 of those. The 3rd time through, you move down to the bottom section of your chart and you do an extra 2 bars of the B7 to A7, and that acts as a kind of a coda and then you land on the E minor and you riff it out to the end. At the very end, we can play an E minor 9, which is the chord that you hear at the end of this recording. It can also be played up here. Whoops. Which you can use all the strings on that because you've got an open E string on the top and the bottom. But you can also play it down here. And that's it. That's the entire song. It's such a great song. Play it slowly, keep it nice and steady, have fun singing with it. If you want to take it a step further and play some of the things that you can hear the sort of the jazzy lead guitar doing in this song, you can add this little riff, which is basically putting your first finger across the D, G, and B strings, 2nd fret, like you would an A major chord, and 3rd finger goes on G string, 4th fret, 2nd finger goes on B string, 3rd fret, whilst you've got your first finger across for the A chord, and you pick those 3 strings, and once you pick it, you pull off those G and B string notes back down to the 2nd fret. So it's like that. Then you can just kind of roll that first finger back to stand up on the D string and keep going with that riff. So it sounds like this. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands. Now when we go up to the B, there's a couple of things you can do. But the first time we go to the B7, when it's on its own, just do it like you did the easy way. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning, she said. Here is the extra little bit that we do here on the B7 to A7 move. We go. Now you start on the last half beat before the B7 would begin on the first beat of the bar. So in the last half beat of the bar beforehand, you put your finger across the 7th fret and you play the G string on the 7th fret, and you hammer it onto the first beat of the next bar. You hammer that onto the 8. But when you do that at the very same time, you pluck the E string, or you pick the E string with your thumb. And then straight after that, with this finger all the way across, so it's fretting the 7th fret on the E string as well, the high E string, you play that note. So it's a little bit tricky, and it's kind of tricky to get the timing right, but once you get it, it's fine. You can do this. Then you do the same with the A. Billy, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. And might be snakes there in that grass, Grandma's hands. So if you can incorporate those 2 little extra riffs in there, it makes that song more of a challenge, and it makes it sound a little bit more interesting. But on its own, in the first chart that I wrote out, I've written out 2 charts, so you can download both, start with the easy one, work your way up to the second one for an extra challenge, and play an awesome, awesome song by Bill Withers. And again, with the last chord, you can play it here. Billy, don't you run so fast, might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass, Grandma.